Today we are going to react to one of the most beautiful rescue videos. It's a story that happened 3 years ago. It's the rescue of Jenny. This is me going to a local pound. They had dropped a boxer there that was found in the fields, emaciated. Just look at her. Look at her. So thin. You could see every bone in her body. Look at her eyes. You'll see more of her eyes later. Look at this. Can you imagine abandoning a dog and leaving her in this position? Just look at her. This is crazy. Just look at her bones. Look at her spinal cord on top. Look at her. Oh God, my God. I know this is a reaction video, but when I see this, it's too much. It's too much. So we took her, we put her in the back of my car, and we drove her to the hospital. Look at her eyes. Unbelievable. When she got down of the car, she could barely walk. Really, this was a dog that had completely given up. Look at her. Injuries all over her ears, her body, blood everywhere. And her eyes were like a cloud white of, this is caused by a disease called leishmaniasis. It's terrible. Look how thin she was. Look how thin. So we started running blood tests right there and then. We took blood, we drew blood, we put it on, we sent it to the lab. Wow, completely dehydrated. We knew she will have to go into fluids right away. We also knew that her blood levels were gonna be all completely mixed up. My God. Look at her eyes, just look at her eyes. They were completely infected. No fat on that body, nothing. Look, I know this is a rescue video, and I know most of you, none of you will ever be able to do something like this, but if any of you has a dog and the dog is sick, please take him to the vet. Don't let her get to this position. Just go to the vet. It's very important. Don't write to me. I can't do anything from the distance. Just go to your local vet. Madre mía, cómo estaba. Her condition was just so bad. Poor baby. So we continued performing tests. This is an EKG, just to see how her heart is working. Our specialist Carlos is performing the test. She's fighting a little bit, she's resisting, but you see, usually our dogs get so calm right away. They know we're helping. We're there giving them peace, making them feel calm. Sometimes people say, yeah, how come they don't fight? How come they don't bark or bite? No. They are very calm, actually. They know we're helping. You see, when Carlos goes like this, it's that something is wrong. She had heart issues because of malnutrition. Poor baby. But I tell you, stay towards the end of this video because you're gonna see the most unbelievable transformation. You won't believe how she ended up. This is gonna be something. When you look at her now, my God, it's incredible. How could she survive? Then for the following couple of weeks, she was like this. She was all shaking, trying to sleep, barely sleeping, shaking. She was resting, but in really bad shape. We started giving fluids. We did a couple of blood transfusions. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And then, little by little, things are starting to change. You can see that her mood is changing, her demeanor is changing. She still has all these problems. She has still all these injuries on the legs and the face and everything. But look at her. She's eating voraciously, super thin still. But you can see that she's happy. She knows there is light at the end of the tunnel. Things are turning around. Hello. And that was about 2 months after she went into the hospital. Look at her, she looks completely different.
She looks so good.
So good.
The treatment is really working. She's put on weight, I don't know, maybe 6-7 kilos since she came.
She put on weight 7 kilos since she arrived. You cannot see her bones anymore. Well, I mean, a little bit maybe, but wow. You see, when you treat an animal in these conditions, you cannot overfeed them. You cannot do everything whoosh, like this. You know, it has to be very gradual. And while you do it, you have to keep an eye on the blood levels and blood tests all the time.
She looks great. Look at this.
Come on.
You see,
Jenny.
her eyes are also improving. Her skin is so much better. Her ears, there were lots of little injuries. Now this is healing as well. And this is why our vet bills are so high, you know. But the results in the end.
Yes, the vet bills. I always mention, please help us donate, help us save lives. I mean, this is how, and this is why we can do it. And this is, without your help, nothing can happen. I'm leaving a link at the end of this video. Please donate, join me on Patreon. We need you on board because this is what we do. Okay, and from there, when she left the hospital, she was adopted. She was adopted in Cuenca, a city 2-hour drive from here. This is when she meets her family. Look at this. They were so happy.
Los niños están a punto de llegar. Vienen ya.
They were kids. This is the girl. They had another dog. Wow. Super happy. Look at this. This was a beautiful moment. Those kids meeting with their dog, that was just beautiful, beautiful. An entire family got together for that meeting. Linda over there, looking good. Linda, you always look good. You never come out on video. So, happiness, complete happiness. Look at Jenny, look at her, completely different dog. She has put on weight, I don't know, maybe 15 kilos by now, 12 or 13 kilos. She's heavy. She looks like a big dog. Venga. That was her first elevator. Everyone's so happy, so happy. Ale, she went inside the house like if she knew the place. She went inside, they started exploring, finding a good place to sit. Those kids were so great. They were so happy, Sergio. Really, really sweet. Look at the faces, how happy everyone was. And above all, Jenny. Look at this, look at this. That's me. Very happy I did this. We had a nice lunch. Jenny was right at home. She had fit right in perfectly. Her treatment still had to continue, but look at her. Okay, bye. So she stayed home. Unfortunately, a month later, we had to travel again to go pick her up. Jenny had to leave the family. Her eyes were not improving. She was getting worse again. So we had to go get her and bring her back to the hospital. The girl was so sad. Things were not going well with her. She was still sick and her eyes were getting worse. So we took her to the hospital. This is all the drops that she was using. This was such a sad moment, really. Sad, sad, sad moment. So the two Sergios went to get Jenny, and she went back to the hospital. Well, she was happy this time. She wasn't so sad. She knew the place. She had friends there. She had familiar smells and friends. She remembered everybody. But you see, her eyes were not doing well. So she went back to the hospital for treatment. And yes, she was in good shape. Look, completely different dog. But we knew she will have to be there for a while. She saw the eye specialist. And just think about how she looks today, how she looked there, and how she looked at the beginning. The transformation was complete. But those eyes. And it turned out that her blood levels were bad, that the skin was getting worse again. We had to continue the treatment, we had to give it a push at the eyes. If at that point we had left her like this, in a month or 2 months, she would have been really, really bad already. It was a good thing we took her. Sometimes you see other animal rescue videos in other channels, and they put together a full story in, like, you know, from beginning to end in one video. But this rescue took many months, and this is why I'm always insisting that this is a rescuing process. This is happening right now. There is a long time. There is an evolution. Things can go better, then they get worse. So we always make an effort in trying to keep everyone updated. The eyes needed surgery. We are blessed to have such amazing vets. Really, it's a pleasure working with them. She needed surgery. And then, sorry, but we skipped the eye surgery because it's usually too gruesome and stuff. And we took her to a new home, to Linda's home in Sevilla. And she had stayed there. In the end, we decided that it was better that she didn't rejoin her family. Being with Linda, she can have wonderful treatment anytime it's needed. And look at her. Look at her. So she was rescued in terrible condition, got better, got bad again, got operated, treated, and look at her now. My God, so happy. You saw her in Linda's place, right?
Yeah.
Happiest boxer in the world. As happy as Aaron. But you see, her eyes are always, this is her weak point, the eyes. She will always have to be on constant treatment, and we will have to be very careful with those eyes. Very, very careful. Ale, so happy. And this was basically Jenny's story. This happened in a span of about 6 months, and she's still with us. Obviously, she's adopted by our friend Linda. She's very happy there. She's a very, very happy and lucky dog. She will have to be on treatments for her eyes probably forever. Anyway, guys, this has been a reaction video. This is it's such a pleasure to go back to these moments and to relive this. And I really hope that if you were there with us when it happens, this brought you memories as well. If you donated, if you help, if you're part of my Patreon support group, this is happening because of you. It's beautiful stories, beautiful moments. Please donate. Here I am telling you again to help us. Please donate. Help us continue saving lives. Please join me on my Patreon support group. I need you to come on board. Without you, nothing happens. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.